Yes, but what happened? Most people like to make fun of Imagine Dragons.
The world could do. It's like sucks. Damn.
I mean, I could see why. Basically, all their music is just the same now. All they do is use a kick drum and snare on all their drum parts. They don't even use guitars anymore. They're just a synth band at this point. Their mixing is just a little bit off all the time.
Turn my headphones up.
But this wasn't always the case. When you go back to their older music, you can see a sort of charm, but that doesn't exist anymore. Now you can definitely tell that the band has decided to sell out and they're just doing the same thing over and over. And recently, while listening to Night Visions, I wanted to see how much the band had actually changed from the time that they started this record and how they are now. Today, I wanted to answer a couple of questions. Where did the change happen? Was the change gradual? And of course, what the video is called, was Imagine Dragons ever any good? And where did it go all wrong? The following is an account of what I found. Gigantic disclaimer, this is gonna be a big one. When I was a young child, I loved Imagine Dragons. I think I was a huge fan. I'll show you why. I'll talk about it in this video. I really loved their first two albums, their first official albums, and so I'm gonna have to try to keep open-minded and not feel too nostalgic when I talk about this band and make this video. I know, Melonhead, you're probably not gonna agree with me on a lot of these statements because honestly,
it's not good.
Lastly, this isn't a history lesson, so you know, I might get information a little bit wrong, and I'm sorry if I couldn't get it right during this time. I have already made way too many documentaries in 1 year, and you've already seen. So I'll give the band a short summary and talk about their EPs a little bit and talk about their demos because I think it's worth talking about. All right, let's imagine dragging these nuts across your face and let's begin. Subscribe for life. Imagine Dragons was formed in 2008. Singer Dan Reynolds met percussionist Andrew Tollum.
Let's start a band. Okay.
Sorry if I'm butchering any of the names. They were both students at Brigham Young University. They quickly added some people to form a band.
Join my band. Okay.
Only the original members of the band actually know what the anagram Imagine Dragons is. In 2008, the band created also an EP called Speak to Me. I actually enjoy a couple of the songs. Pistol Whip is still my favorite song, even though it feels just like a Broadway thing and it's kind of cheesy, a little bit cheesy, but I actually enjoy the clearly what you mean. You know, I still love it. I still love it. You cannot say that it's not catchy at all. It's catchy. You know, I'm gonna be honest, a lot of this information is really not important to know what the band is. There's been so many members in this band. I don't know why so many people left the band, and I don't really need to name them. You could just look it up. It's like getting kicked out of the Beatles like last second before they made it big. Like, these people had no idea that this band was going to be the great success that it is now, and they're freaking crazy amount of money that they're making. Like, imagine dragging these nuts. In 2009, the band was really lucky and they got a very good gig at a festival called the Bite of Las Vegas Festival. The reason that they got this was because Train's singer got sick and they were the last minute band to play in a crowd of over 26,000 people. You know, a couple of people left the band again, a little bit of different stuff. Imagine Dragons, they announced that they were going to produce with an English producer named Alex the Kid on their debut album, alongside signing with a record deal of Interscope Records. I love the band's EPs a lot. I think that the EPs that they put out in the demos and stuff, I think it's very charming. They have a very nice rock. Their guitar parts actually are a little bit more catchy than they are now. And that says a lot, not really, because now they're just you know, they do the same thing over and over again. You know, it doesn't really change whatsoever. It's just two chords. They just play, or two notes at the same time, and then they do another one. Compared to their other music, it's definitely way different. It's not like the same. I like Drive. Celine is pretty cool. I like a lot of the old synthy but also rock stuff because you can hear some soul to it. There's some actual ideas. They do try to do with different things. They're not the same like how they are now. Now they're definitely not doing the stupid thing. I know I'm complaining. I like this band, but I'm complaining. I'm complaining because now it's stupid. But now we are in a different era. Things are changing. On February 14th, 2012, all hell broke loose. When? Is that what I think it is? Jesus. Oh shit. Continued Silence EP was released and it was a hit. Radioactive also was on it. They also had its time and it wasn't as a hit, but Radioactive was the hit. Obviously though, when the collab with Kendrick Lamar happened, they became basically famous. And many couldn't stop listening to it. Honestly, it was really annoying. On September 4th though, 2012, Night Vision's released and it had mediocre response, which will be very common for the band for many years to come. I remember hearing this every single day as a kid, all because my school had a gym class where they would play music. They would play Radioactive non-stop, like every single week you would hear Radioactive, and it got in my head to the point that I was like, yeah, I'm a freaking fan. And it got stuck in my brain. They were trying to hack into my brain so they could make me get my mom to buy me a CD. Which, you know, it worked. I was hooked, but honestly, prior to this, all I listened to prior to this was Big Time Rush. So my fucking tired, little stupid, childish brain didn't really understand any other music concepts. And I was basically just an Imagine Dragons fan from the start. But I think that Night Vision was the start of the band's shift. I mean, prior to this, they were pretty much more of a rock band, but now they're not really much of a rock band. They changed their sound, but it's not as significant as it will be later. I mean, it's going to be a lot different later, but right now, it's starting. The shift is starting. I still think that you can hear a little bit more of their music from the same old in their EPs and their demos. There's two songs that I actually really love. They are the greatest songs on that record, and I love listening to them. Amsterdam, which is by far the best song on the record. I think that they do a great job on this song, and
Underdog
it has a really cool synth. I don't know. I just like the really childish feel to it. There's some different songs that are from the whole record, because then usually you're gonna hear the boom boom cha boom boom cha boom 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 cha, or the boom boom cha boom boom. You know, you're gonna hear all that stuff all the time, and it's different. Overall, it's my second favorite record of the whole entire band. I like their original stuff a lot more, and that's first, but this is my second. Third, obviously, you'll see. I still loved the band at the time, and I couldn't wait for the new record. I bet that it was gonna be nice, and they were gonna do some different noise improvements, and it didn't. Actually, it became more of a bang bang thump band. Smoke and Mirrors was released on September 18, 2014, which if it was released 7 days prior, it would have been on 9/11. On September 11, 2000, the album was also successful, but if you look at all of their music videos, it didn't seem as successful. I think I Bet My Life was the most successful one on the album. Yeah, look, I bought into it. It did nothing different, and actually, I think it was way more repetitive than the other record, and it's starting to show. But somehow I fucking love this record. I loved this when I was a kid. When I bought the CD, I went home as fast as I could. I went to my stereo system in the living room. I popped it in. I listened to it. I loved it. I cranked the speakers to melting point, to the point that my parents were about to scream at me and hit me with a belt, but that didn't happen. And I did that for a lot of weeks. I think I did that for a lot of weeks. I'm not sure. I probably annoyed my parents. Honestly, at this point in the video, I'm tired of looking up stuff about the band. I don't want to look up anything about their EPs, anything about their singles, none of that. You know why? Because it doesn't matter. We're not in a history lesson right now. This isn't the Ben Folds 5 video. You can go watch it, but this is not the Ben Folds 5 video. I'm not going to do that again right now. I have other stuff to do. All I want to talk about is their music and their progression of music, or their lack of. Because after Smoke and Mirrors, I actually stopped listening to the band. Well, at least their full-length albums. I stopped listening to those because I wouldn't enjoy as much of their stuff anymore. Sucker for Pain was a song that was very catchy, and a lot of people loved it, and it was on the radio a shit ton of times. It was very good though. I think that I heard it way too many times, but they were also just a feature, you know. But other than that, I only listened to a couple of their teasers and stuff. Well, you knew it was coming, so. God. Oh my God. Oh shit. Oh no. This is, we talked about this. A shift in the Imagine Dragons cinematic universe. What's going on? Where are the guitars? Where is it? More than 2 chords. Where are the more than 2 chords? Oh my! I'd say this is the final shift. This is the part where Imagine Dragons, they were just a pop band. They were no longer a rock band. It's over. They're just a pop band now at this point. They became the most popular band of all time. Everybody knew them. Everybody knew them because of Believer. Believer, I mean, look at all those numbers. Look at how much money they made. Look at how much the numbers are. 2 billion. 2 billion. I wish that were me. At this moment, they didn't even care about their old music. It never existed. Believer was everywhere. And I mean, I enjoyed the song at the time. I will say, I loved the song. But I was really excited for the new album for a while. I thought that it was going to be great. It's going to be like the last one. It's going to be like Night Visions. It's going to be great. It's going to be like Night Visions. Night Visions, they said. Night Visions, they were wrong. Thunder started playing. They made Thunder. And they released that song, and guess what? It was a hit. It was bigger than the other one. You could not escape it. That stupid song was used in every single commercial. You heard it in Toyota commercials. It's in every single damn thing. It was tiresome. I've heard it so many times. It was like that one meme where it said the rock radio station, and then all they play is Imagine Dragons. It was really annoying. I got really tired of it quickly, obviously, but I still wanted to hear the new album until whatever it takes. Whatever it takes is what happened. That's where the shift happens. My brain was like, no, we're not doing this. I'm moving on with my life. Me and Imagine Dragons are splitting apart. We are done. We could pretend that airplane. I mean, at this time, I found out what really rock was, because at the time, I'd never listened to rock. This was basically my era of actually binging every single album ever to ever exist. So I never got around to listening to the whatever Evolve was. And from what I heard at the time, it was the same old, same old. And it seems like it would stay that way forever, and so far it's been true. Evolve was loved by fans, so I was told, but hated by critics. I know an Imagine Dragons fan, I don't know if they're gonna watch this video. I know someone who is an Imagine Dragons fan. If you watch this video, yeah, I don't know why this is your favorite band. But, you know, I see why it was hated by critics. It was literally the same 3 songs over and over again from the same album. It was just the same thing over and over again. And I will say it though, Dan is smart. His team of writers and him are very smart. They know exactly what they're doing. And I see that what they're doing because they know what makes a pop song work. And they know how to make money. They basically know, they have a cash cow. They understand the market. They understand how to get rich, and I don't care, and they don't really care if it's gonna make them feel uninspired. They don't care if it's uninspired. I mean, because I feel like Dan still wants to make music that people enjoy, and there's nothing wrong with that. Obviously, being one who actually wants to inspire people and do stuff for people, because obviously he's done good stuff I've seen, and he's not a bad person. I'm not saying that about any of these people. I'm critiquing their music, but I feel like his roots are keeping him from moving forward. I feel like he will never change his music style, and the band will always be the same. After Night Visions, they understood, they didn't understand the assignment, is what I'm saying. That's stupid. I don't know why I said that, but that's stupid.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
So this one time, this is the only time this is ever gonna happen, I'm siding with Pitchfork. I hate to side with Pitchfork. They suck. I'm gonna read this directly. I got my script right here. But it's the tired euphemisms and the eerily similar sonic environments. It never adds up to be much of a comment of the music Imagine Dragons is referencing. Since their songs scan like a competent survey on the entirety of mid-aughts pop rock, there's no real personality to identify within songs. Origins wants to conserve the current moment, but it will never amount to a coherent statement. Instagram quote culture, the idea that any snippet of thought removed from context can build a base of inspiration. Reynolds is a passionate and versatile singer. I believe that is true. And here's a couple of things also. How did Imagine Dragons become so huge despite the fact that their average American couldn't pick out a single dragon in the lineup? Their sound is kind of like the machine learning outputs of the Lumineers, the Chainsmokers, and Soul Cycle playlists. Imagine Dragons have become a case study for rock music fading out of its zeitgeist. They turned down their guitars and turned every expensive synth pad known to man. At times their music feels like a Broadway or something that you would see on stage, and the mixing is just like that way. Sometimes when I listen to their music, I sometimes feel like I'm in church and I'm listening to Christian rock, which Christian pop also, but it's not bad, obviously, but it feels uninspired. That's what I'm saying. You also see that church-like thing in a lot of their old songs too, but it was always there. I feel like that's the only element that's always been there. But there's sort of a charm that has been gone for quite a while. And I feel like after they release their new album, it looks like they won't ever stop. I feel like this is the end of Imagine Dragons as a rock band. And they're not that anymore. They're just a band who makes music that pop people enjoy, mainstream audiences enjoy, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But you know, it's not for everyone. Still saying that, I do enjoy their first 2 albums. I feel like they have some great music on those albums. They're very good. There's some great songs. Listen to Amsterdam. Amsterdam is pretty good. That's a good song. But they aren't my favorite albums. I'd say that I have greater albums that I love way more. But these are still great. I feel like there's some good stuff that you can listen to. Obviously, everything is a hit or miss for everyone. Critics obviously don't like it. Melon would say I'm crazy right now, which is possible. But it brings back some old memories because it was 2012 and things were different in 2012. The world was ending. I was like, what, a freaking 5-year-old, I guess? I don't know. It's been 10 years since Night Vision's release, so it's been a really long time. Now, if you didn't understand any of the questions that I asked, because I know that I answered a lot of the questions in this video, but some people are gonna say that I'm a fraud and I do like video essays and I don't answer the questions because that's how some people do it. I'm looking at you. So, we're gonna answer the first one. Where did the change happen? I think it started from the beginning. When they were doing their 2009 through 2011 EPs, which you can find on Spotify, which are distinctly different but are released by Interscope Records, they sound completely different. They have a couple of singles from when they were about to release the record. There's some really good songs. There's some also not so good songs. There's a couple of ones that are kind of iffy, but some are really good. I love the songs. Like Selena is really good. I feel like it's a good song. So to answer the question, as soon as their official first album came out, they changed. Was the change gradual? This question kind of contradicts the last one a little bit, just a little bit. Say this with me. 1, 2, 3. It was Radioactive. No, dumbass. It was Evolve. It was during Evolve. Were you not paying attention? Like, that was literally the point that the band was super famous. Are you serious? Do you seriously not understand that that was the point that they became basically a phenomenon? They were so famous that you could just go to a zoo, you could ask any animal in the zoo if they knew what or who Imagine Dragons were, and they would be like, yes, I do know. They would start speaking English because they would be like, yeah, I know the boom boom cha boom boom cha boom boom cha. And of course, what the video is called, was Imagine Dragons ever any good? Yes, it was. They were pretty awesome for a time. They were really awesome for a time, I think. In my opinion, when they were releasing their songs, but they went a different direction. It was probably something to do with how the band changed and how many members left and all that, because it could have been that. They probably would have been loved by more critics and, you know, it wouldn't be written off like Train. Fuck Train. Watch Pat Finnery's video on why this song stings. Soul Sister sucks. Where did it all go wrong? Money? Fame? Love? Who the fuck knows? What I know is that my Imagine Dragons isn't the one that you know. That's not the same Imagine Dragons. The one that's on the radio right now is not the same. Dan had a vision to strike in the hearts of heartbroken teens, and it worked in his favor. Actually, now that I think about it, more people don't even know what the people of the band are, what their name is. What does anyone know what their names are? I don't even know what their names are. I had to look it up on YouTube. I'm looking at it right now. Dan Reynolds, Daniel Platzman, Benny McKee, Daniel Wayne Sermon. What does it mean? They have names? I think I'm gonna poop myself. Thank you for supporting me recently. It's been awesome seeing all the comments that you leave on these videos. It does mean a lot, and it makes me happy to see that we're actually growing a lot quicker than I thought we would. And after, you know, months and months of not doing anything and actually trying to figure out what to do with this channel, I'm so glad to see what my vision is and what we're gonna do later. I have so many video ideas that sometimes these videos may take longer than 1 week, and I'm sorry if it does. You're just gonna have to wait an extra week, but I promise I'll make it worth your time. Follow my TikTok, my Twitter, my Instagram, my Twitch, and soon, I promise, I'm so sorry, I'll make that Discord server. That Discord server is coming out sometime. I've just been really busy trying to get these videos out after the iceberg video. Been trying to put this all out, but I'm trying my best. Please like and share this video, because if you enjoyed it, then you should definitely share it to other people, because it helps the channel a lot. And anyways, this was Ricarsso. Please say the name right, goddammit. And as your favorite creator, I say to you,
Thank you
subscribe for life.
for being there for me.
Why am I even making this video? I'm gonna get so much fucking hate just for my opinion. My opinion is no different than everybody else. This video might not even get any views. I might not even get any views. Man, alright, turn off the camera. Fucking stop this shit.
Excuse me, do you like Imagine Dragons?
I do, yes, of course.
Oh shit, Imagine dragging these nuts across your chin.
You're now listening to 102.3 Real Rock FM, where we play nothing but rock, rock, and more rock.